My dad's name is?
Pierre.
My favorite thing to do with my dad is?
Most ALS patients are given 2 to 5 years to live. But 7 years after his diagnosis, Pete Frates is still fighting. Costly round-the-clock care keeping him alive. His legacy? His daughter Lucy.
Dada! When my mommy dumped water on her hand when she had her black dress on, I was actually there.
Promising new treatments may not make a difference in Pete's battle, but the Frates family is still focused on the future.
When this disease is stopped, which it's going to happen, this will go back to Pete and the Ice Bucket Challenge for being the beginning of the end of this disease.
The beginning of that end may be found here in rural West Virginia, where the solution may already be coursing through Thurman Maynard's body. Thurman was your typical sports buff who married his middle school sweetheart, Amanda.
I was playing football. She was a cheerleader. Enough said.
Game over.
Game over.
The two met on the field and bonded over their love of riding dirt bikes. Their 2 teenagers love to ride as well.
A family that rides together and stays together,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
But why does he love it so much?
I think just the freedom.
But it was on his beloved bike that he first realized his destiny would take a turn.
Working the clutch on the left-hand side. Couldn't pull it in, couldn't shift gears with my left foot. It was like a snowball effect.
After multiple doctor's appointments, Thurman received that dreaded diagnosis, ALS.
I was stupid about the disease. I didn't know nothing about it.
What went through your mind, Amanda? Do you remember what was going through your mind?
With Thurman unable to work, the couple sold their home and that prized dirt bike.
How desperate were you to find some sort of a hope?
I've called several of the hospitals and nobody reached back out to me. And then out of the blue, an icon that popped up on my cell phone, brainstorm stem cell therapy on it. It had a phone number, I clicked it and I called it.
That's good spam.
That's awesome.
Thurman's progression is relatively slow, making him a perfect candidate for that cutting-edge stem cell trial, 800 miles away in Boston. So Thurman and Amanda decide to make the long commute. The treatment involves removing a patient's like Thurman's own stem cells and treating them. Thurman is one of just 150 people chosen out of 30,000 ALS patients across the country. But the study is double-blind. None of us knows if Thurman is actually getting his own enriched stem cells or if he's getting a placebo.
You're convinced that you're not on the placebo?
I'm not convinced. I feel strength back in my body. Of course, my left hand.
Is it the power of placebo?
If you're injecting water in my spine, I said, continue. I said, because the way I feel great.
Dozens of clinical stem cell trials for ALS have all failed to produce a treatment. But Thurman's trial, with a year to go, is already attracting attention. In part due to this video, ALS activist Matt Bellina, who's getting the same treatment as Thurman. That's him rising from his wheelchair, he says, for the first time in 2 years. And months later, this. Taking steps. He's the only patient getting the treatment outside a clinical trial.
Why did we need this bill?
Bellina fought for access using the right to try law. His medicine funded by the CEO of the drug company, Brainstorm. And just yesterday, a patient advocacy group reported a groundbreaking meeting with Brainstorm's team and the FDA. ALS patients clamoring for speedy access to treatment.
We've seen cases where people got better very quickly, but we don't know enough to say that they actually stayed better. And so promising is really the best we can say at this point.
Back home in West Virginia, Thurman is convinced he's regaining skills he thought he lost forever.
Before, I wasn't able to use my left hand. Now,
It's working pretty well.
pretty simple to use.
Something essentially unheard of in the ALS community.
Just a simple.
I have to say, that's a small gesture, but a huge meaning.
Yes.
But today, a bold decision, attempting to get back on a dirt bike for the first time in over 2 years.
Today's going to be the first day.
Today's the day.
There's an old saying among motorcycle riders: 4 wheels move the body, 2 wheels move the soul.
How does it feel? What does that mean?
Speechless. Almost like having a newborn baby. But
You're giddy right now.
yeah,
In your mind, you felt like you would never ride again.
I never thought I would have this moment right here, ever again.
Today, the joyride of a lifetime. It may seem like a small thrill, but it's a towering act of defiance in the face of a disease that stands undefeated.
I don't want to be foolishly optimistic, but do you really think this is the stem cells doing it?
If it's not, it's got me fooled. It's working.
Wow, goosebumps.